What's up, y'all? Here on this Tuesday morning. I was trying to see what that man was doing over there. Y'all can't see him. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm going to get ready to tell y'all what happened during my labor. So this is going to be a labor and delivery experience vlog. Because I've been saying I was going to film this, and I was like, I have to be in a quiet space because I'm going to literally forget everything. So right now I'm currently sitting in my car running errands and everything. So yeah, just sitting here. Somebody let me go and film this before it's time for me to go do what I gotta do. So first step, yeah, go to the hospital because basically I don't know if y'all seen the other vlog, but in my previous vlog, one of the doctors, I think he was a resident, he told me basically come back this day and we'll for sure induce you. Because remind y'all I was losing weight. I couldn't keep no food down. Like literally everything I ate came back up. I probably had maybe 1 or 2 good days where I can keep a meal down and I didn't feel sick or none of that. So they basically told me, he said, wink wink, what I was telling you in the last vlog. They're not gonna do shoot before 39 weeks unless it's like a horrible medical emergency, like I guess like preeclampsia or something like that. So I guess losing weight, because I lost over 5 pounds or whatever. So basically losing weight wasn't one of the facts that'll help you induce you, whatever. So I went back right at 39 weeks, soon as I hit that 39 week mark, because I just was tired of dealing with it. And I was ready for my baby to be here. And all that. So I went back, had to obviously check up in the ER, do all that pre-registration once again, which is crazy to me. Like, why are you sending the pregnant lady through the ER when our immune system is already challenging being pregnant? You don't have your own immune system. But anywho, when they had their own floor where you can check in, it's a freaking fly. Y'all look at this darn fly. Can y'all see it? Right there. It's gonna get on my nerves. I didn't even notice it was in here. Okay, I saw some yellow. I had to make sure it went up in there, y'all, because I would have went running. But yeah, so I went there, checked in, sat down. Not even 2 minutes passed, they was coming down. Like they had to come way from the 6th floor to like the 1st floor, yeah. So it's like they was running. They couldn't wait for people to come so they can get off that floor. But I went in there, went in a little. They basically have a room where it's like the room where before they admit you or whatever. I can't even think of the room name, y'all. But I basically went in there, sat in there for maybe like an hour. They were checking me. He's trying to get outside. Go on, little fly. Go, get out. Okay. Every time I try to do a video, here comes some bugs. But anyway, so yeah, so I sat in that room. They was asking me same questions. Luckily, y'all, they didn't have no students in there. I was so freaking excited. Only student that was in there was the one, well, I didn't even see him. But he was a resident or whatever. But it was basically doctors or whatever. They came in there, and the nurses asked same questions that they asked me the other 2 times. I think I went to the ER 2 times. So I sat there for maybe like an hour, and finally they was like, we're going to admit you. I'm like, okay, cool, yay, whatever. So I waited maybe 5 more minutes for that doctor to come back in to take me across to the next room across. Like it was literally like my room was right here, the other room was across. So they had to leave because I didn't know for sure if I was going to get admitted or not. So he left, went to go check on the boys, make sure they were good or whatever. And what else did he do? He went to get something to eat, yeah. Because it was basically around the time where you couldn't have no visitors. So he left and went to get something to eat before that time frame hit, because he wouldn't be able to come back in or whatever and see the birth. So he went to get something. I was like, I want to go now, because if you wait, you're not either not gonna eat, or you're gonna have to get some of the high hospital food if they actually served it to, people with the whole virus going on. I think they did though. So I go in the room, y'all. The lady nurse take me in the room. She was like, okay, you can sit right here on the bed. So I got on the bed. I sat down slow and normal like I always do. You're pregnant. You can move fast sometimes, but I was tired from walking all over the hospital. So I sat down real slow. Tell me why y'all the bed went flying with me on it. Like, literally, I sat down soft like this. Dude. The bed just said shh and was flying. And the nurse had to hurry up and catch the bed. Oh, she called and said, oh my goodness, what? And she was like, raise up right quick. No joke, y'all. I'm not even lying. So I got up and I'm looking lost, like, what the hell happened to this bed? So she's trying to fix the bed, pressing the stuff on the bottom of it. And she's like, okay, try it now. So me scared to sit back down, because it's not my life. It's my child life. I'm pregnant. So now I could have failed if it was just me and I wasn't pregnant. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. But I'm scared to sit on the bed. I'm like, you want me to sit on the bed after this bed the flu? How about you sit on it? So I did like this. I put my hand on it to see was it gonna move. The bed still moved. She was like, this bed is broke. Hold on. So she went to go grab another nurse. And she was like, help me move this bed. So they got that bed, moved it out of the room, and grabbed another bed from out of the other room. I was like, this some ghetto. I ain't never seen this in my life. In my life. So I'm like, okay. That was the first sign right there, like that. You should never gave birth at this place. So, as we in there, the first nurse, that same nurse that I had, she was there maybe like, I think around 6 o'clock, they changed shifts or whatever. And I went around lunchtime when I first initially went or whatever. That was around lunchtime. So they admitted me. So I said that maybe they admitted me around 2 or 3. Yeah, because I was there a couple of hours, yeah. I said an hour, but I remember it was a couple of hours. So, basically, hold on, yeah. So basically, after that, she went and asked me questions, blah blah. They started putting the fluids on me, and they had to start my antibiotic, because I was supposed to be on an antibiotic an hour before birth. So they gave me hella fluids, y'all. Like, I had like, I guess from throwing up or whatever, they gave me like over 2 bags of big fluids, clear fluids, and they gave me like 2 or 3 antibiotic bags when they was only supposed to give me, I think, 2. Yeah, I believe it was 2, because I had I was group B positive or whatever, like I was with Isaiah. So you have to be on antibiotics so it won't risk the baby having it coming out or whatever. But she was good. So basically, y'all, I go, they did that. It was a shift change, so another nurse came, and it was around 6 o'clock, so she came. Y'all, this nurse was literally, yeah, I want to fight this nurse. Because one, she first came in. Now, they didn't care anything about our masks being on or nothing, because obviously all the nurses and everybody that worked there had their masks on. So, they was like, you ain't got to have yours on unprotected. So we was like, okay, cool, throughout the whole visit. They didn't care. So the doctors or nothing. So I'm just like, for one, I'm pregnant, and it's already hard to breathe in the mask, and it's hot or whatever, and I'm sitting at the hospital, tied up to freaking, they put my IV in my arm instead of putting it in my hand. So I'm conflicted, can't move my arm or whatever, can't bend it or nothing. And it was my dominant hand. I'm right-handed. So I'm sitting here like, oh my freaking God. So, she came in, y'all put your mask on. Hey, put your mask on. First of all, when it comes to customer service, anything dealing with customer service. If you don't like your job, call out. If you're having a bad day, do something other than come to work. Because this is a horrible time when somebody trying to have a baby or somebody sick for you to have a horrible attitude. And you didn't even introduce yourself. Hi, my name is so-and-so, so-and-so. I will be your nurse. It's a so-and-so, so-and-so. Do you guys mind if can you please put your mask on? That's all you had to say. You ain't got to put your mask on. So that right there rubbed me the wrong way. So we put our masks on. So this lady just literally throwing stuff like she literally the light left, y'all. Like she literally do not want to be at the house. At work. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Like she literally throwing stuff, tossing the keyboard, like doing crazy crap. So a little bit later, I was like, let me go on to get the epidural because they had checked my cervix and I was like a little over 3 centimeters dilated. So it was moving pretty fast, faster than what I thought. So I was like, okay. They asked me, do you want to get the epidural and all that? I was like, yeah, I do, because I don't want to deal with no pain, y'all. When it comes to labor, I never had to deal with the pain. So I was like, yeah, give me the epidural. So I had to wait for the guy to come in, give me the epidural, and he came in and did it. Y'all tell me why. The nurse, basically, I was on the epidural, y'all. I didn't have my baby till the next day, so I was numb for over 5 hours. Never happened before, me being numb that long. Normally, like with the boys, with Noah, I think I got it late, like maybe 7 or 8 centimeters, and the same thing with Isaiah. So, for me, that was a long time to be numb, and I literally gave birth like right there, like right after. I was only numb maybe an hour top with them. So, y'all, I was numb that long. And the lady, every time she had to check my cervix, the nurse, she was like, can you move your legs? You a dummy, for one. Because you went to school, and when you get the epidural, you numb from the waist down. So how can I move my legs? Come on now. Use your brain. So I was like, no, I can't move my legs. The only thing I can move is my toes. Like my right foot, I can move my toes only. That's the only thing. And she was like, ugh, just being rough with my legs and stuff. Like she really don't want to do it. So eventually, I got closer and closer to the centimeters to have the baby. Which is 10. You push. So I think I was like 8 centimeters and a half. They said. And the doctor came in with her, and he was like, okay, we're going to give her a little bit longer. He was like, now, if you feel any type of pressure down there, let me know. Tell your nurse so I can come back down here. So, I was 9.5 centimeters. That's what it was. So, at this point, y'all, they have literally came back in 2 other times to give me another pump of the epidural because, like, I was in so much pain where I was shaking the bed. Like, I wasn't even numb no more. Well, my legs was the only thing numb. My legs. It's like that's everything else. Like you're supposed to be basically like paralyzed from the waist down. I felt everything in the place that I was not supposed to feel it. And I'm just going to leave it at that because some people might not want to know that. But that area, I felt all the pain there. And my legs was numb. It's like my legs got extra numb where I couldn't even move my toes no more, y'all. After the third dose of epidural stuff they gave me. So I'm sitting there in pain. I felt so much pressure. And then Bay was looking in that area. He was like, oh my God, I never seen it look like that before. Oh my goodness. It's like it's about to explode. So I'm sitting there panicking. I got so hot, y'all. I don't get hot like that. I normally stay cold. And my iron is good. I normally stay cold all the time. You gonna stop, truck? I'm sorry, y'all. This truck was bagging back. And it looked like it's about to run into the car. But, I was literally in so much pain. I was shaking. I was hot. And I was like, babe, turn down the temperature, because you had the temperature thing in the room. I was like, please turn up. I need the air. Oh my God, I'm hot. I'm hot. I was freaking out because it's like I couldn't breathe. And the nurse didn't even come. I called for her. She didn't even come, y'all. So, and when she did come in there, she was like, you fine. It's okay. Didn't even check my cervix, y'all. So, she came and grabbed some cord, just grabbed it. And as she was walking out, like the door is literally right here. Let's say the door right here. My husband was sitting right here. Why she felt the need to make sure the cord hit my husband in the leg? Like she slapped him with the long cord in the leg. You had a whole lot of space. That room was huge. So I'm sitting there like, we didn't say nothing. Because she had a whole little attitude. So I'm sitting, I had to call her again. Because I had excruciating, like that pain was, oh yeah, that pain was so bad. So bad. So, and she came back in. She checked my service. I kept calling over and over and over and over. So finally the doctor came back up. The resident that told me to come back or whatever around this time. And they'll basically check my cervix. And I get admitted at 39 weeks. My bad, y'all. So he came in there. He's like, I told you and all this. And I told him what was going on. So he checked my cervix. And he was, oh, it's time to push. I was like, yeah. I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I told that dumb nurse. So he went to go get the doctors. They had already had all the stuff prepped, which is what I showed you in the vlog where they brought all the stuff in there for the baby. The labor and delivery vlog. Watch that if y'all ain't watched. So, I got ready to push and I had like a throw up bag already on the bag. So the nurse gave me another one. Why does she, in the midst of me pushing my legs up, she threw the throw up bag at me, another one. Like it literally hit me right here. And I did one of those numbers. And for one, I didn't snap because I'm just ready for this baby to be out of me. And I'm just ready to be off this floor. Because basically, they had you on I think it was the 6th floor. And you go to the 7th floor aftercare. So, after they had the baby, basically, maybe like an hour or two later, the epidural wore off. Whatever. They took me upstairs to the next floor, the recovery floor after giving birth. The girl was all nice then. So, after that, she wanted to talk and all that, and I really didn't have too much to say. But basically, when I went upstairs, it was 2 nurses, like literally, still to this day, I want to take them like a basket or something. Like, they were so good. They helped so much. Like, literally. So, once I got upstairs, it was great. Like, I had no problems with the nurse. They should have had all the nurses that was on that floor downstairs for that tough moment when you having your kids. Because those nurses they had down there it's like they just pulled them off of the streets and said, here go a job. Like, that's basically how it was. But, yeah, that's my labor and delivery story. Oh, and when I got home, y'all, like, my feet was so swollen. I looked like Nutty Professor. Like, I kid you not, I couldn't even wear sandals. Like, all those fluids, it took like 2 weeks for all the fluid to get out of me with how much they pumped me up with. Like, it was ridiculous. I never had to be on that much fluid giving birth before. You give me like over 2 bags of fluids and all the antibiotics, like over 2 bags. Like, that was ridiculous, y'all. Like, that was the worst experience ever. Like, I should have just never got the epidural because I felt all the pain. Like, literally. That's crazy. But anyway, y'all, I gotta go on and get up in here. I got an appointment. But like and subscribe, y'all. Until next time, peace.